The hospital legal battle continues in South El Paso tonight with the county judge speaking out. El Paso County's hospital is about to take the neighboring Children's Hospital off life support.
And new tonight, the Children's Hospital telling some of its side, saying it was UMC who stopped negotiations. Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Estela Casas.
And I'm Rick Cabrera. We're bringing in reporters Maria Garcia and Darren Hunt, both working different sides of this story.
Maria is in our West El Paso studio with a reaction from the Children's Board we've been waiting for.
But first, let's go to outside with Darren Hunt, who kicks off our top story coverage tonight. And Darren, UMC officials met today with Commissioner's Court to discuss their offer to Children's Hospital.
Yeah, Rick, the meeting lasted for 2.5 hours, ending with the county judge talking tough about the Children's Hospital's board's next move, saying the ball is now in their court.
The commissioners are very passionate about getting this resolved. We are very passionate about getting it resolved, and I'm sure the Children's Hospital is as well.
UMC spokesman Ryan Milkey said the meeting with Commissioner's Court was productive, although no resolution has been reached.
There is no reason why we can't continue any kind of dialogue with Children's Hospital. This is a process of communication. This is a process of resolution. And right now, I don't think we're quite there yet, but we're so close.
County Judge Veronica Escobar said the next step is up to the Children's Hospital Board.
To UMC's credit, they have given a lot of time to the El Paso Children's Hospital Board.
That urgency includes what's now being positioned as a Friday deadline from UMC for a counteroffer and a 30-day notice of termination of certain administrative and support services that would not theoretically impact patient care. Things like data entry, IT, and payroll.
I do think there's room. I do see a bridge that can be built. They just need to want that bridge. Don't blow up the bridge, build the bridge. I see the 30-day deadline as a hard deadline, but I do see the Friday deadline as a necessary deadline for a response. To allow Friday to come and go without a response, I think would be very disappointing.
If you were chairman of the Children's Hospital, would you accept this offer?
I would make a couple of recommendations and accept it in not what's on the table right now, but I would make a couple of suggestions that I think would address some underlying problems, and I bet UMC would take it.
Now, if Children's filed for bankruptcy, the county judge told me it would create a ripple effect and black eye for Children's, its patients, the medical school, and the community. Rick?
Darren, thank you for that part of the story.
ABC 7 now with the other side, something we've been working hard to get. The board chair of the Children's Hospital says UMC jumped the gun and never finished initial talks to resolve the dispute. Our complete coverage continues with ABC 7's Maria Garcia.
Hi, Estelle. The Children's Board Chair, Rosemary Castillo, did not want to go on camera, saying she doesn't want to create additional animosity between the two parties. She told me today Children's wants to go directly before Commissioner's Court. Castillo says Children's wants to present to commissioners what UMC and the Children's Hospital agreed to during mediation. She says on February 17th, Children's officials and UMC had an all-day mediation where they agreed on several things, even came up with a term sheet different than what UMC presented to Children's this week. But she says they didn't finish that mediation process, and she says that wasn't Children's choice. When asked if Children's is considering bankruptcy, Castillo would only say they are, quote, looking at any and all options to make sure the hospital's integrity is preserved. We also asked UMC why the offer it made to Children's is different than what they agreed to in mediation.
In any negotiation, you have changes in position in terms of hoping there's an amenable middle. We tried to do that with our discussions, with our proposals, try to find things that we could agree on. So in terms of the discussion of whether things changed along the way, that's how negotiations work.
UMC has been providing services without pay to Children's for almost a year now. Because of state law, there has to be 3 days of public notice before a government meeting. So the soonest Children's can meet with commissioners is probably next week, after UMC's Friday deadline. Back to you.
Okay, Maria, thank you very much. And coming up tonight on ABC 7 at 10, Darren takes a closer look at another hospital cost facing taxpayers. Another hospital cost that is facing taxpayers. He's investigating how much the legal battle is costing you. Now, here's a hint. Do you know of any legal representation that is not expensive? The UMC legal bill tonight at 10 and only on ABC 7.
Shocking numbers tonight.